And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. I really want to get there, and thanks to you, we will. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, keep the comments coming, and share with your friends because the stupidity is insane. I felt like Crazy Eddie there. Meanwhile, I want to talk about polling. New polling was released this week, and things, well, let's just say that they're not looking good for dear old Donald. Even Fox News, who now Trump is feuding with Rupert, put out a poll that was quite critical of their dear leader. And let's just say, I don't know, that some of the hosts, they weren't too happy about the change in support. The fact that they had to speak about this negative change in the support of Donald. Now, I want to show you the poll from Fox News, and then I want to show you a clip of the numbers being broken down. First, let me show you the poll. The poll turns around, and we got to break this thing down. All right, President Trump's job performance. Just take a look at these numbers in terms of overall job performance, those that approve in blue, those that disapprove in yellow. I mean, job performance, 55 to 44. Border security, the only one that people are claiming that they approve of what Trump is doing. Imagine that. Immigration, nope, slightly less. Deportations, slightly less. Guns, slightly less. Foreign policy, a whole lot less. The economy, a whopping problem for Trump there. All right, you're talking about taxes, a problem, tariffs, a whopper, and as well inflation, probably the worst of them all. All right, this is really a big problem because these are the things that affect everyday Americans, and it affects them in their pockets. Now, I want to show you a clip breaking this all down. Probably do a better job at it than I. We'll see. Play it.
Trump receives his best marks on border security as 55% approve. Based on Trump's first 100 days, voters are now also less optimistic about the future. 38% say they feel encouraged about the next 4 years, while 51% are discouraged. Those numbers were at 45% and 84% respectively at the 100-day mark of Trump's first term back in 2017.
Can somebody please tell me who are these 38%ers? Who are these stupid people that are encouraged over the next 4 years after you've seen him all but on border security? He is seriously and heavily underwater. Now, earlier this week, Bret Baier, Fox, spoke about Trump's overall approval ratings. Play that clip.
President talking tariffs and the economy. If you look at our new Fox News poll at 100 days job approval compared to other presidents, there you see the president at 44%, and you see his first term at 45% at this mark, the 100-day mark. We have other new polls that are revealing some concerns about the economy. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Breaking that down, with Trump, of course, being in the picture twice. He's the only one after the first 100 days that's below water. Imagine that. And just the other night, you have Jessica Tarlov. She spoke about the ratings as well. Play that clip.
You know what else? Bret Baier had a beautiful graphic. I might frame it on my wall that had the approval ratings for the last 6 presidents for the first 100 days. Donald Trump is now the lowest. He beat himself. So he was at 45% in the first 100 days of Trump 1.0, and now he's at 44%. His economic ratings have gone down by 20%. The American public don't trust him on cost of living, inflation, all the things he was hired to do. They know the tariffs are a tax on them. The CEOs of Walmart and Target and Home Depot have to go into his office and beg him to stop so that the shelves won't be empty. There are containers coming from China that can't get here because of these tariffs, 145%. Or maybe it's 50%.
What does this have to do with the Maryland dad?
Right. It has to do with what Trump is doing. And there are all of these GOP appointed judges that are ruling against him, saying a path of perfect lawlessness, brazen example of retaliation.
Yeah. Talk about brazen retaliation. Those are the words that were used by Judge Alvin K. Hellerstein when I was unconstitutionally remanded. You know, you've heard me say this again and again. I'm going to repeat it as often as I possibly can. There's nothing new in Trump land. Trump 1.0, Trump 2.0. It's all the same. It's just the same movie, maybe with a twist. It's like watching a Superman movie. It doesn't make a difference who the actor is. The plot is always the same. And the result is always the same. Now, mind you, she also goes on and she brings up immigration and Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Play that clip.
Do you think this is the dry hole we're portraying it as, or do you see some benefit for the Democrats continuing to get behind this guy?
Well, there's definitely benefit to it. And that doesn't mean that I don't think the majority of the emphasis should be on the economy. But if you look at our own latest polling, the Fox poll that came out yesterday, Reuters, YouGov, Quinnipiac, now Donald Trump is underwater on immigration, which was his strongest issue. So he's above on the border, right, and deportations. But generally speaking on immigration, he's underwater. 2-to-1 margins in the YouGov poll that Americans think that Abrego Garcia should be brought back here.
Because they're not getting the information.
No, it's not because they're not getting the information. What they were able to do, actually, is understand contextually what is going on here. So if it's not just about Abrego Garcia, it is about...
What was the question? What was the poll question? I guarantee you.
Now you're a pollster.
No, I'm just saying, I guarantee you it was worded in a way to get an intended answer.
I can guarantee you that our own polling that showed him underwater on immigration was fair, and that the American public thinks that his policies are too harsh. And
yeah, I mean, it's amazing. God forbid this putz. You sit there and you have to listen to this stupid. I mean, I can't watch these shows. I mean, I watch it so that I can come back and report it to you. It kills me. When you sit there, he's now wanting to attack Jessica Tarlov because she is quoting a poll by the same company that he's working for. Mind you, if that poll was favorable to Trump, he would be jumping on top of the chair. He would be screaming from the rooftops, look at how great Trump is doing. I told you he's the greatest. He's absolutely fantastic. He's the art of the deal reincarnate, blah, blah, blah. But because their own poll shows Trump is completely underwater in everything other than the deportation, it's no longer acceptable to him. Meanwhile, Brian Kilmeade, he tries to claim that Trump wasn't underwater. Imagine this, that Trump's not underwater even though his ratings are below 50%. Does the man not understand what the term underwater means? Play the clip.
Basically, every day we find out that I don't know how he could be underwater. He might be under 50%, but he's not underwater on immigration.
Fine. Reuters, YouGov, Quinnipiac, just honestly.
Unbelievable. He's not, listen, you schmuck and a half. I mean, this is the problem. Media is the problem. It's why I am so thankful to be affiliated, for example, with Midas Touch Network, independent media. It's why independent media is drowning out. It's making Fox News and MSNBC and CNN go underwater because here I can engage in a conversation with you. I'm not looking to shit on President Trump. I'm not. And that's not the purpose of this program. It is to call balls and strikes. If Trump was doing great, I'd be a cheerleader for him. I would. I want to see our country do great. I want to see every single one of us be able to earn a living so that you could live honestly, decently, instead of having to worry about where your next merchandise is going to come from because China has already turned around and said, "Hey, America, piss off. We're done with you. We're not paying 145% tariff simply because you say that, because your wine is now going to be taxed or whatever." I want to see a president succeed, even if it's not the president who I voted for. I want America to succeed. We all should. But when you have someone like Brian Kilmeade, who will not even acknowledge the same company that he works for, will not acknowledge that Trump is underwater on everything except for this deportation, there's something seriously wrong. Now, the Five also spoke about polling on the economy, and Brian, again, tries to compare Trump, get a load of this shit, to Ronald Reagan. Play the clip.
YouGov, Quinnipiac, just honestly,
it's
on
fine. Deportation. You admitted that.
But
right.
2-to-1 that this guy should be returned. Listen,
keep
you're
defending
right.
a gangbanger all you want.
But you're saying they should emphasize the economy. That's what you're saying.
I understand that you want me to try to unravel everything that I said. The economy is what drives people to the polls. He now only has a 27% rating with Hispanic voters because he's not focused on the economy and their costs haven't gone down.
So are you saying he's going to have a hard time being reelected in 2028?
Well, he's wearing, Eric Trump is wearing a hat that says Trump 2028
This is very
today,
similar when Ronald Reagan made titanic changes in the economy. Initially, people panicked.
Donald Trump.
You did. But he's actually doing just as titanic
people who
moves.
can afford to sit there and say,
he's leading the country. Your guy
into the gutter.
wasn't even present.
We'll see. Big beautiful bill.
It's truly amazing. It really, it's amazing. Every single one of those people working for Fox there, minus Jessica Tarlov, should be fired. Fired. Lastly, I want to show you a clip of Rachel Maddow speaking about the polling numbers. Play that clip.
What was that last result we put up from the Pew poll? Can we put up that last? Yes. Can Trump defy a Supreme Court ruling? 88% of the country says no, he cannot defy a Supreme Court ruling. Only 9% say yes, he can. And you know, it's not the same thing, but I should mention that 9% is also 9%. 9% is also the proportion of Americans who told YouGov this week that they have a favorable view of the Black Plague. So that's the demographic we're working with here. 9% in favor of what Trump keeps hinting at, right? That he'll defy the courts and just become a full-on dictator. 9% also in favor of the Black Plague, which killed 50% of the population of Europe. 9% of Americans think that's good. You know, and of course, there's no reason to think those are the same 9% of people, but you do kind of wonder, don't you?
Yeah. You know, it's what you really have to love about Rachel Maddow. When she says something, she actually backs it up with facts, not like what you're seeing over at Fox with Brian Kilmeade and so on, where they just want to turn, well, what about your guy? Your guy wasn't even there. Joe Biden didn't win the election. Neither did Kamala Harris. Donald Trump did. And the poll is not on Joe Biden. The poll is not on Kamala Harris. The poll is about Donald Trump and his favorables versus unfavorables. But because it doesn't benefit their talking points, because they're afraid that if they actually tell the truth, they will lose their audience, and they only give a shit about one thing: their paychecks. Remember that. That's why I'm asking you, please share this with your friends. Let's build this community so big that we shut them down. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.